Hi everybody, welcome to the 4 Minute Gourmet. I'm your host Mark.
And I'm Tyler Aldinger.
And today we're going to make something called paprika rahmschnitzel. This is a German recipe, and I'll explain it all in a couple of moments. But the first thing I want to do is get our pork schnitzels, or thin slices of pork, right into the pan. And I'm putting them right into a preheated pan with a little bit of cooking spray in. And I'm going to use a fork to get those in there rather than my fingers so that I don't cross-contaminate anything and make everybody sick.
Yeah.
Right? So, and second ingredient today is some red bell peppers, and they're going to go right into the other pan, and they're going to start sauteing. So, this recipe, as I said, is called paprika rahmschnitzel. So literally it's paprika, Rahm is cream in German, and schnitzel is thin slices of meat. So I happen to be using pork right now, and they're very thinly sliced so that they cook very quickly.
Yeah.
And the red pepper just adds a little flavor profile to it. To that, then, we're going to be adding some heavy cream. We're going to be adding some sour cream, and we're going to also add some paprika to give it some extra flavor. We have about a quarter cup to a half cup of heavy cream, about a quarter cup of sour cream, and I have about 2 tablespoons of paprika there.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, this is the first time I'm trying pork in this way, like as a schnitzel, so this will be very interesting.
Good, good.
I'm very excited. So
Excellent. Sometimes when you make this, you can actually get the pork sliced, and you can pound it out even thinner if you want to do it that way.
Yeah.
That makes it very nice, but the thin slice that you buy, I happen to get these at Walmart. They were relatively inexpensive and worked really well. Ultimately, what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these ingredients, we're going to dump them right in here with the peppers. And let's do a flip there on the peppers so that we get those going. If we wanted to, we could do a couple of variations of this. We could actually add some sliced onions, right, with the peppers, and that would give it a little bit more flavor. In terms of prepping the pork before I got it into the pan, I put a little bit of paprika on the pork itself, and also a little bit of salt and pepper will bring up the flavor as well. So let's check and see how we're doing here. Doing pretty nicely.
And I like the flip with the peppers there. That takes years of experience.
There
years
you
of
go.
Cooking experience.
Now here's what I always do. I do a flip or two, right? Like that. And then I let my co-host walk over and give it a try.
Oh boy. Well, not nearly
Not
as
bad.
good.
Not bad. We'll toss this guy right in there and so on. A little bit
Not
in the
quite
wrist. There, I lost one too, so don't feel bad at all.
Yeah.
Let me move these around in the pan a little bit so that everything cooks evenly. And at this point, we're going to start adding some of our other ingredients. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the paprika and I'm going to sprinkle that in right on top of the peppers. In addition to that, we're going to go with the heavy cream. And after that, we're going to go with the sour cream.
And this will give it a lot more flavor for sure.
Exactly, yeah. And you know, I actually had this in Germany, and I kind of adapted the recipe when I came back and made it at home a few times and really enjoyed it. But you do have to like the flavor of paprika or paprika, depending on how you like to say it.
Paprikas.
But if you do, it makes for a really nice, quick meal. And as I said, we do this in just a couple of minutes here, and things will turn out very nicely, I think, for us.
Yeah. And it kind of, with that cream, gives it kind of like a thicker, almost kind of like a light gravy kind of texture to it.
Exactly. You're kind of making a sauce here, and if we went with just the cream and not the sour cream, it probably would not quite be thick enough.
Yeah.
But by using both, we come up with a really nice, as you said, kind of gravy aspect of things. All right.
So for the people at home, how long would you recommend cooking the pork?
You know, pork is something that you don't want to overcook, but you also don't necessarily want to undercook it. I would suggest about 2 to 3 minutes per side until things get to the point where they are fully cooked through. And you'll notice a couple of these chops are a little thicker, and so they're taking a little bit longer. This guy over here is already done, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to plate that up for you, and we will work from there, and you can give this a try.
Yeah,
Let's
sounds
give this a
good.
quick stir. And I'm going to use that fork there, 'cause make sure everything is nice and clean. That's going to be your fork. And then let's put a little of this sauce right on top, along with some of those peppers. And you know me, I'm always a garnish kind of guy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to grab a little bit of paprika, and I'm just going to sprinkle it right around the plate and make that look really, really nice.
Yeah, put some pizzazz on the
exactly.
plate.
So now it's your turn.
All right.
If you want to give it a try.
Yeah, let's
Careful,
try
it could be on the hot side, but I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, so one thing, I'm definitely going to get pepper too on here to taste
Absolutely.
with the pork, just to kind of fully. Alrighty, well, here we go. Very good. A lot of flavor for sure. And I notice what you mean. You have to like the paprika to kind of like this. Very good though. The pork is cooked perfectly. It's nice and juicy. I think with the kind of like the sauce, as you said, really gives it a lot of flavor. So I really like that.
Excellent. Sounds like a really good rating.
Yeah, very good.
So there you have it, paprika rahmschnitzel, or pork schnitzel with a paprika cream sauce, right here on the 4 Minute Gourmet. I'm Mark.
I'm Tyler.
And we'll see you next time.